Adela reined her little gelding to a trot as she approached the front of Greywood Manor. Beside the steps leading up to the imposing double doors of the entrance, she could see Teresa, the estate's housekeeper, clip a bouquet of lilac blooms from the hedge and shake last night's rain from their petals. The sun shone in a blue sky, and the early morning air was just beginning to warm up. Adela drew her horse to a halt and looked around, drawing a deep breath of the fragrant spring breeze. In the distance, the horses grazed in the rolling green pastures around the estate, as birdsong issued from the tall elm trees. It felt good to be back home. She hopped down from the saddle and tied her horse to a hitching ring. "Good morning, Miss Adela," Teresa turned to greet her, piling the lilacs into her outstretched apron. "You're back early. How was your trip?" "Just fine, thanks," Adela replied, pulling leather riding gloves off her fingers. The weather was a little rough, but Mother and Father's ship left port on schedule. Adela followed Teresa up the steps of the Fieldstone Manor, peering past the open doors into the foyer for the sight of her father's butler. "Where's Armand?" "He was ill yesterday. He must be home resting," Teresa replied. She arranged the bouquet in a blue and white porcelain vase that stood on a pedestal table inside the doorway. "I can take Shai to the stable for you," she offered, nodding toward the courtyard where Adela's horse stood patiently. "That isn't necessary, thank you," Adela replied. "Oh, Armand is never ill." She wrung her gloves absent-mindedly. "I hope it isn't serious."